What's up, guys? It is Gray, aka the Hokage, and we got Bleach Monday. Ooh. Yeah, I'm behind. Good news, there's no My Hero this week, I guess, which I didn't know there wasn't, but I just checked and there isn't. So this is just I just strategically placed this here, and I still haven't talked about Dragon Ball. Gosh, man, I'm falling apart. I have an excuse this time, a real excuse. I was selling and then buying a car, like on Friday. And I didn't think I'd be doing that the whole day, but here they were. If you never bought a car from a dealer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I came home, and then I had the next day to work and do schoolwork the whole day. And now it's Sunday. Well, it's Monday night, but it's Monday morning, but it feels like Sunday to me. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm sorry, and I suck at this. But we got Bleach stuff. I think I'm gonna title this one Yorichi. I was gonna go Bankai. First of all, speaking of Bankai, go Bankai on that like button. Oh, also subscribe if you haven't. Because I believe this is the first episode that I actually talk about Bankai. I don't remember. I thought when I first got up, I'm like, oh, they talked about Bankai finally. They name dropped it. And then I was like, did they talk about Bankai before? I don't think. I'm like 98% sure this is the first time I talked about Bankai. But, you know, whatever. I'll just say Yorichi's naked in the title. That'll get the views, right? So anyway, our trio. What was I? Triassic? Our trio of episodes. Also, before we get started, I had some good. This darned hat. I had some good feedback that I should put like pictures of the episodes in the back, kind of like what I do with My Hero Academia. I was gonna try that this time, but it's 3 a.m. and I'm tired, so that didn't happen. But next time, I definitely am gonna try and do that. I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do it yet. Maybe just have alternating pictures in the background. Maybe one episode or one picture an episode. So maybe more depending. But like once you get to fights, it's definitely probably gonna be. Anyway, if that's something you want to see, let me know. Anyway, it starts off with Yorichi took Ichigo to like a place because he's hurt real bad because he just fought Kenpachi. And then Ichigo gets up and he's like, "Oh, Yorichi, you saved me." And he's like, "Is everyone else okay?" And he's like, "Everyone else was totally fine, dude, except for Ganji. He's about to fight Byakuya, but that's not important." And then Yorichi shows her true form, and we finally get revealed that not only is Yorichi a female, she's hot. She's, I mean, you all know who Yorichi looks like. If you don't, Google it. But keep safe search on. Probably a good idea. Yikes. And, wow, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, he's like, whoa. And she's like, yeah, I'm a person. Yay. And then he's like, oh, I gotta go. And he's like, how'd you get over here? And he's like, I used this claw wing thing. Wingding. That's it's an item in the Bleach Brave Souls mobile game. And then he's like, oh, sweet. And then he just grabs it and he's like, I'm going to go save Rukia. Whee! And then Ichigo flies away with the claw wing thing. And then we cut to Ganju on the bridge staring down Byakuya. We all know this is going to go well, right? Wink. No, Ganju's like, oh, heck you. And then Rukia's like, don't, not this guy. And he's like, he has a Shiba? Whack. Or no, yeah, he's like, whatever. And then he's like, oh, I'll defeat you, Byakuya. He's like, I'm not a loser. And then Byakuya just blitzes him completely. I believe he uses Zanpakuto, but I'm not positive. I think he wasn't going to do it, and then he's like, oh, you're a Shiba clan, then I get to use this. And then he used Scatter, Zenbon Zakurai, and then just like Ganju's just wrecked. And he's going to Hanataro. And then Udataki shows up. He's like, hey, I'm a chill captain. Byakuya. Chill. And Byakuya's like, blah, blah, blah. And then Ichigo shows up. And Byakuya's like, what the heck? Because, obviously, Ichigo looks like Cayenne. And then Udataki's like, don't worry, it's not him. He's just someone that looks like him. And then she goes like, oh, I'm going to stop you, Byakuya. And they like kind of clash a little bit. And Byakuya's like, oh, you're not terrible. I'm going to use my Zanpakuto and beat you. And Ichigo's like, whatever. I don't even know what that means. Then he's like, scatter. And then Yoriichi shows up. Or right before Riki is like, run away, Ichigo. Because this would kill Ichigo right here. Yoriichi shows up, wraps Byakuya's sword, which I guess stops it from doing that. She like wraps it in a cloth. And he's like, oh, Yoriichi, great. Also, Byakuya's kind of a D-bag. Man, I never forgot. But I was thinking D-bags. We'll get to Mayuri. That's coming up in a second. Let's see. Yoriichi, yeah, so she wraps up his sword, you know, don't be silly, wrap that willy. And, man, I need to stop making videos at 3 a.m. Jesus. And then she just like, Ichigo's like, Yoriichi, get out of the way, I gotta fight this guy. And she's like, that's a bad idea. And then she like punches him with medicine and he passes out. Because she punches him right in his wound. And then Utaki's like, oh, you put medicine in him. And she's like, all right, I'm going to leave. And Byakuya's like, nuh-uh, I'm going to beat you. He's like, you couldn't catch me. You never could. Oh, and then it was revealed that Yoriichi was a captain of Squad 1 and the leader of the Stealth Corps. We'll get to Soifon eventually. My hat is just not... That's all right. That should be fine. And then she basically just runs away with Ichigo. And then, like, Byakuya's like, I'm leaving. And then Hanateru's like, oh no, you're gonna kill us. And Itachi's like, nah. I'm gonna try and get Ruki out of there. I'm gonna make an appeal to the higher ups. And then, yeah, Ganju's gonna get healed because I'm calling Squad 4. Because I'm not a huge, I want to say a bad word. I'm not mean like all the other captains are, I guess, is how I would say that. Because Utaki's chill. There's like 3 to 5 chill captains. And Utaka is definitely one of the chill ones. Because like, I'm not a sociopath. Like Mayuri, which we're about to get to. Then we finally, after like, feels like 10 episodes, we finally cut back to Uryu and Orihime, who are in disguise as Soul Reapers. Which actually was a pretty smart plan, because Soul Reapers are pretty dumb. And Orihime had the idea. And Uri was like, I can't believe this works. And they're just walking around as Soul Reapers. Oh, Orihime gets really creepily hit on. He's like, come back to my place, baby. And then Uryu's like, dude, we're at wartime. And you're going to, like, flirt with this chick? Are you for real? And he's like, oh, I'm seat 15. And I was like, Jesus. And, like, some people are like, hey, what do we do now? And he's like, all right, fine. You get out of it this time. Just, oof. Yeah, so... They, like, you know, they're just kind of chilling. They're hiding out. They, like, went to a flashback of how Orihime had the idea, and they, like, mugged some Squad 12 people. Which, if you don't know, Squad 12 is the science division, which is important later. And while they walk away, we see Mayuri, like, come out of the cement. It was very creepy. It was a very creepy... This would be great if I had the picture in the back. I'd just throw it up, and I'd be like, Mayuri in the cement. It was pretty unsettling. Well, we follow them a little bit. They're camping out in a shed at nighttime. She's trying to heal Sabaki because, if you don't remember, she, like, threw him at the one dude with, like, the shurikens. It's not, like, a useful plot point. And they're like, hey, our strength is tied to your heart, so make sure you don't lose faith. And she's like, that's all I do. And they leave, and then Uryu the whole time, like, in his head, he's like, this chick just is not built for fighting. Like, she just doesn't like seeing people get hurt, and, like, sometimes you gotta hurt the enemy, you know, so... Not great. And then, like, a Squad 11 guy shows up and he's like, which squad are you guys from? And they're like, Squad 11. And I didn't realize they didn't know what the squads meant, because I definitely would not have said Squad 11, just in general, because it's the combat squad. Also, I'm telling you, it's the weight of these pins, which they're dope. They're dope pins, but, like, man, do they weigh the hat down. I need, like, a chin strap. Yeah, that'd look cool. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't play any music. Oh, no. Well, it looks like we're going to have to put that in post. We're going to have to edit this one, huh, fellas? Oh, no. More work. Anyway. I completely forgot where I was. I'm not going to edit this out either. It's not how I roll. This is organic. You're getting the organic experience right here. Squad 11, right. And he's like, this is Squad 12. You're lying. And then he like gets bonked in the head because he's drunk. By Squad 12, and they're like, don't let that guy bully you. I'm going to kill him myself with this hat, dude. I'm telling you. I can't look at it anymore. I just can't look at it. I'll just look directly forward to the camera for the rest of the episode. And I won't think about the hat because if it's messed up, that's not my problem. Some Squad 12 guys are like, don't worry about him. The Squad 11's a bunch of jerks. Haha. And then Ishida's like, this is sus. This is mad sus. And it's like, oh, he may look out. And then she like, they just explode. The guys just freaking explode in my ears. They're like, oh. And he's like a detonator. He's like, oh, they're my bombs. And one of them like is alive. He's like, what is happening, Captain? This isn't what we agreed on. He's like, oh, one of my bombs didn't work. And he freaking blows him up. I always knew Mayuri was like not a good person at all. But like this is just... God, man. This is a lot. This is dark. Even for Mayuri, I thought this was surprisingly dark. This is like just straight villain stuff. Like later on, he's like helpful at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm just remembering. I didn't remember him being this terrible, but he's awful. He's really the worst. And then, or he may like protected them with her something cushion I reject or whatever. And so just her, Squad 11 guy who was like just waking up, and Ishida. And Squad 11 guy wakes up. He's like, why is she crying? Why'd she protect me? Is she crying because like those guys? That doesn't make any sense. And then Ishida's like, oh, you're a monster. And he like, Ishida like does like his Quincy flash step. I don't know, it's called something, whatever. It's the same. It's the same thing as Sonita. It's all the same. They just have their short range teleportation. Behind Mayuri, and Mayuri's like, oh, he's fast. And then Mayuri, of course, he's a captain, so he like matches his speed. He's like, oh, it's pretty good. I'm gonna take the girl now. And then Ishida's like, hey, Squad 11 guy, take Orihime and run. And he's like, okay. He like picks her up and starts leaving. And then Mayuri shoots out his hand like a freaking Megazord. He's like, pshoo. And then Ishida just shoots it. And Mayuri's like, well, that was rude. He rips off his metal arm. He sticks himself with something, grows a new one. I'm doing like a play-by-play of the episode. I just watched it. I'm very tired, but I just watched it. It was good. And then Squad 11 guy knocks out Orihime because she's like struggling. And he's like, oh, I hope I didn't knock her out too hard. And then it goes back to Ishida fighting Mayuri. Mayuri uses Zanpakuto. He cuts him. It does the paralysis. It's not really paralysis because it like he described it as it just severs the connection to your brain to move your limbs, so you still feel the pain. Which I'm like, you're just a straight antagonist, aren't you? And then Nemu tries to fight Ishida and gets in Mayuri's way, and he cuts her. And he's like, you stupid Nemu. And he's like beating her up. And Ishida's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I made her. And I'm like, whoa, last arc stuff. Last arc, Mayuri has one of the best fights. I guess it's a spoiler. Mayuri's in the last arc. That's minor enough. I don't think that's a huge spoiler. It's a really weird one, but it's so cool. It is really cool. And Nemu is also very cool, but Nemu has like nothing here. She's like, sorry, Captain. And he's like beating her up. And then he's like, you're going to kill her. And he's like, you're going to insult me? I made this. She's not going to die so easily. And then he's like, yeah, I don't need a Quincy. I just want the girl. I already have the Quincy. We like used to let them die on purpose. The last guy I had was an old dude. And you all know, like everyone knows where this is going. And Ishida was like, what'd you say? He's like, yeah, I was an old guy that wouldn't shut up about his grandson, his apprentice or something. And he had a picture on hand, and he showed Ishida, and it was like obviously his grandpa. And then Ishida's like a bunch of power fluctuated, and he's like plot armor, like magic is happening. And he's like, I'm gonna beat the butt right off you. That's not what he said, but he was like, I'm gonna make you pay for that. You know, understandably, if anyone BM'd my grandpa, I'd be pretty peed off too. You know, I mean, good for you, Ishida. And then it ends. Overall, pretty good. Oh, there's something there's a huge part that I almost forgot. There's a Renji scene. Renji's in bed. His Zanpakuto, Zabimaru's there, the snake with the monkey tail, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna go beat Zangetsu this time. And he's like, that's not our enemy anymore. He's like, who is our enemy? And then it goes away, foreshadowing that it will be most likely Byakuya, which is like the thing that I think I'm looking forward to the most right now. Is Renji Byakuya, but that's probably not for a while. But you have to go through Mayuri, Ishida first, which is also pretty cool because I don't remember it all. So anyway, that does it for this week. I've rambled on for, oh my god, 15 minutes? You guys let me talk for 15 minutes? Gee whiz, I'm sorry. Anyway, that does it for me. Once again, go bonk on that like button. Subscribe if you want more Bleach and My Hero content. And Dragon Ball, I promise I'm going to get to it. It's just this week has been insane for me. Just insane. This next week I'm hoping is a little bit better. But yeah, anyway. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see all of you next time. Peace.